So yesterday we went through the sutta on the misconduct. The next few sutta, they are all virtually identical. Yeah. Yeah, it's all abridged. Five, dot, 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 dot. And then, okay. So yesterday we went through, right? We just talked about misconduct. Then the next sutta, the difference is bodily misconduct. Then the next one is verbal misconduct. Then the next one is mental misconduct. And then, let me see. Okay, we look at another one. So there are 4 suttas on misconduct. One just generally misconduct, then body, speech, and mind. Yeah. So now Sutta 245, another on misconduct. The title. Yeah. And it's still on book 5 from the Anguttara Nikaya, Numerical Discourses. Bhikkhus, there are these 5 dangers in misconduct. What 5? Number 1, one blames oneself. Number 2, the wise having investigated, censure 1. Number 3, one acquires a bad reputation. Number 4, one departs from the good Dharma. Number 5, one becomes established in a bad Dharma. These are the 5 dangers in misconduct. So the first part is misconduct, and the second is on good conduct. Because there are these 5 benefits in good conduct. What 5? One does not blame oneself. That's number 1. Number 2, the wise having investigated, praise 1. Number 3, one acquires a good reputation. Number 4, one departs from the bad Dharma. Number 5, one becomes established in the good Dharma. These are the 5 benefits in good conduct. And similarly, for the next 3 sutta, instead of general misconduct, I talk about bodily, speech, verbal, and then mental. So the difference between this series and the previous one that we went through is that number 4 and number 5. Yeah. Number 4 yesterday was that when one dies confused. And number 5 of yesterday was that one will be reborn in the a bad destination in the lower realm in hell. Yeah. So this one is different. This one is that one departs from the good Dharma and then become established in a bad Dharma. So we may find it interesting that the word Dharma is also used differently. Yeah, can be good, can be that bad. Yeah, and the reason is the word Dharma doesn't belong to Buddhism. Yeah. The word Dharma is a neutral term in a way. Yeah. There are 3 meanings to it that I've covered before. It means firstly referring to all things, right? All phenomena. Then second is support. Yeah. In a way we can say it's the principle, yeah, that supports all things, that defines all things. Then among all these principles and patterns, then there are some that actually from which wholesomeness arises. Yeah, and that is called the Buddha Dhamma. Yeah. So the Buddha teaches how wholesomeness can arise. Yeah. So there are also, the Buddha also highlight the bad Dhamma. Yeah. That which arises pain and suffering, unwholesomeness. So yes, this week's exercise on attachment, I was thinking about how you guys are doing. Do y'all remember the exercise this week? Is on attachment, right? So when we think about attachment, we usually think about things that we like. Yeah, so this is the first level of attachment. Yeah. Something that's precious to us, like maybe USB thumb drive is very precious to you. Oh, you're very attached to it. Every day when you go to sleep, you put it next to your bed, yeah, next to your pillow, then you can sleep. If you cannot find the thumb drive, you cannot sleep. Yeah. Then when in the morning you wake up, immediately, yeah, maybe you hold it in your hand and you sleep. Then people ask you, wow, what's so special about this thumb drive? You have some very precious photo inside. They say, no, this is a brand new one. Nothing inside. People ask you, so is it that your child bought it for you? Your boyfriend, girlfriend bought it for you? Your husband or wife, your father, mother? They say, oh no, this one is a free gift. Free gift? What? Then why is it so special? Don't know. I'm just attached. I like the design. See, you can open up and then close. Whatever reason, the reasons we have for being attached to something may seem ridiculous to others. Yeah, that's why I come up with this ridiculous example. Yeah, if you have a friend who is very attached to a thumb drive that has nothing inside, you'll be like, your friend. Huh? But that's how we look like to others, you know. Yeah, the things we are attached to. Um, then there's another category which even um, maybe not even easy to understand that it's attachment. Yeah, which is things that we don't like. Do you know that we are attached to things that we don't like also? Yeah, we are. You know, if not, why do we keep on occasionally thinking about them? You know, whether it's people or things or incidences. Yeah, we think about them. Yeah, we keep them in our mind, and we hold on to them. So this is another category. Yeah, another category. So our likes and our dislikes. But there's another layer of attachment which underpins all this, which is that we are attached to them being real. Yeah. Whether we like them or we dislike them, it's also because we are attached to them being real, being substantial, being inherent, and that's why they all can stay in our mind. So take for example yesterday's Xing question, right? About encountering spirits in a dream. How many of you, when you are dreaming, know that it's a dream? Yeah, most of us don't, right? But if you ever in your dream realize that it's a dream, then immediately you find that it's most interesting, you know. Whatever danger that there was when you thought it's when you think it's a dream, you don't have this thought. When you're in a dream and you don't know it's a dream, you don't have this thought it's a dream. You know? Yeah. And you also don't have this thought this is not a dream. It just never occurred to you, you know, when you are in a dream. And when you're in that state, things that are scary is really scary. Yeah, it's really scary. Even if someone in your dream come and tell you, no, you're in a dream, you're like, you cannot listen to it. Yeah. And if something pleasant happened in your dream, the last thing you'll think of is that this is just a dream and you're gonna wake up from it. Yeah. You are just so happy inside the dream, whether it's I don't know what happy dreams you have. People always say sweet dreams, but what is a sweet dream, you know? For some maybe is dreaming about going to NTUC, yeah, with the loved one, going to a different aisle, yeah, buying things and then talking with your loved one, you know, chit-chatting. Very mundane things. You'll be surprised, huh? Some people have shared with me that this is what they fantasize about. Yeah. I mean not really fantasize, but this is what they look forward to with their loved ones. To just spend very simple time, go to NTUC or Sing Song for that matter, you know, just you know, yeah, not going on some amazing tour. Of course, for some people it's that type. Okay. And imagine if you're in your dream where it's something that you just enjoy, something very pleasant. Or maybe just watching news at home, with your loved one. Have you ever dreamed about watching news at home? I never hear of people say, "Oh, yesterday so, wow, yesterday I dreamt that I was at home, then watching news, then there was this documentary." Somehow very strange. We spend so much time. Okay, I don't know about you, but many people spend a lot of time watching television, right? But I seldom hear of people who dream of watching television. Very interesting, yeah. Now the thing is, while we are in a dream, all this seems very real. Yeah, all this seems very real. But when we wake up, then we realize it's not real. Yeah. And while we are in the midst of the dream, and when it is all very real, we don't even question whether it's real or not. We don't even think it's very real because it just is. Yeah. And that's the very strong level of attachment that we are attached to it being real. It's so deep that we are not aware of this attachment. Yeah. This clinging, this attachment, that these are all substantial, real, inherent, truly existing. Yeah, this is the deeper one. This is the one that underlies our craving, our attachment for our likes. Yeah, to crave and to yearn for it to last. And when we lose, we suffer. And then we yearn and crave for it to arise again. And similarly, for the unpleasantness, we yearn for it to cease and not arise again. And if it arises, we yearn for it to stop. Yeah. Underlying all this is this attachment. Yeah. This unspoken attachment that all this is real. Yeah, all this is real. Yeah. So, so when we do the exercise to look at our attachment, it's not simply just looking at the things we like. Yeah, it's not just that. Everything. And in fact, the things that we are attached to, oftentimes we are not aware also. We're only aware when it's taken away from us. Then we realize, oh, we are attached to it. Then we realize. Of course, there are those that we are actively being attached to. But there are many other things we are attached to. And only when it's taken away, or even when it's threatened to be taken away, even when it's threatened, not even taken away yet, and maybe even not threatened. Threatened means like someone tells you already, or you see it coming. Yeah, even if there's no possibility of it, currently no possibility of it being taken away, just the possibility that in the future, currently no possibility, but in the future that there's a possibility we may start to suffer. Yeah, if we happen to think about the possibility and then we suffer, that's where the attachment is. So previously, the previous week, I think there was, or the previous one of the exercise recently was to make a list of all the things we have, right? Yeah. So I don't know whether you all link it to the attachment. Yeah. If we are not attached to it, there's little reasons why it remain in our possessions. Yeah. Why should it remain in our possession? It must have something in us. Yeah. Of course, sometimes you may realize that the thing is in your possession, but actually doesn't do anything anymore. I had this revelation when I was moving off to US. Yeah. When I was setting off to US to ordain, and then as I was rummaging through all the things, pack halfway, I'm like, yeah, all these things I've not seen them for more than half a year already. You all sort it out. Yeah. And that's why I realized, yeah, we own so much things that we're not even aware they exist, Yeah. Not to mention whether it matters to us. And yet we hold on to them. Yeah. And then recently, a few months back, we had the whole family had a round of this. Yeah. As we move out of the family house. And then mainly my elder sister. She was helping to, sort everything out. Yeah, I just went for one afternoon. Went one afternoon together with them too, because after she had done she and my other sisters and my mom went through all the other things, and then the remainder, which was some of the things that uh, the Dharma books and then some of the mom's book are still there. Some actually, I think some belong to my dad now. Is it? Oh, yeah, because my dad ordained, he went for a short-term ordination, and then after that he extended for half a year, so he was a monk for 6 months. Huh? Yeah. Uh, so so at the afternoon when I went back, then my sister, uh, was it my sister who showed me, or I was rummaging through them? Then I saw some old photos, old photos of that has this huge album, and there were photos inside, and there were photos that that I took in Taiwan when I was there for 7 months. And when I saw this big group photo, in the army sometimes they have this like POP, then they have a photo, right? That was actually a photo. I don't know whether was it POP or what. I think it was a Taiwan unit. And it was amazing. When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness. As much as I like to think that my memory is quite good, but I I really have no recollection of this photo being taken before. And yet there I was sitting there or standing there. It's just so amazing. Yeah, it's just so amazing, you know. And yet we worry that when we pass away, what will happen to all those things? Yeah, we will forget about them. I can assure you. Yeah, just as now you cannot remember your past life, Yeah, we move on. We are very heartless people. Or maybe it's not that we are heartless. It's just that we are too caught up with what is to come. So we forget about the past. Maybe for the better, because we can't deal with the past many times. And perhaps that's why it's better that the enlightened ones uh, and only those who cultivate to the level are able to remember the past. Yeah. It is said that at some point in time in across time, the whole world go through many different cycles, and at one of the cycle, uh, the the humans are somehow born with knowledge of their past life, and that period is known as the Tao Jie. Yeah, Tao Jie. Yeah, and basically the era of sword or knife, if you will. And it is said that a kind of reeds, a kind of wild grass will grow. Like our some of the wild grass is like a long, right? So it is said that in that era, those leaves that grow are very strong and very long, and I don't know whether it's strong, but they can be used as a weapon. And the humans at that point in time, uh, when they are born, they can remember their past life, and they remember who harmed them, who hurt them, who killed them. and they would just, the description is like that. I don't know how true, but it is said that they would just reach out, grab one, and then kill each other. Yeah. Yeah. Because when they see another person, they immediately have the knowledge this person harmed me in the past life, and then they slash each other. And there are those who, during that period, instead of killing each other, they retreated to the mountain and then promised each other not to kill each other. And eventually the rest all kill. And after that period is over, then they come out and they're like, oh, let's make this promise to each other that we will not kill each other. Yeah. And from there, the first precept was reinstated, that I abstain from killing that which breathes. And then their lifespan doubled. Last time when I read it, I was like, wow, magically doubled. Then later on, as I read it many times, then I'm like, well, it makes sense. You stop killing each other, of course, your lifespan increase, Yeah. You can find some of this description inside the Sudarsana Sutta, inside the Dika Nikaya. Mahasudarsana, I think. Yeah. Describing the different cycles. Some of the details are found in the commentary. Yeah. But all this happened because of our attachment. Because the Buddhas, they can remember the past life also, but you don't see Buddhas going around killing people. Right? In fact, many of the disciples harmed him in the past. Yeah. Many of the disciples harmed him in the past. Yeah. But yet, he make use of all the encounters. Whether you harm the Buddha or you benefit the Buddha, he used all these encounters to benefit us. Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah, that's the difference. So, how do we want to relate to people around us? How do we want to relate to things around us? Is it with attachment, or is it without attachment? Do we want to free others of our attachment? Do we want to free ourselves of this attachment? And before I end, I think Valerie have something to do. Oh, she start going without telling you all what she's trying to
do. Shifu, on behalf of the students, I would like to offer September's Dana and also to invite Shifu for October's teaching. May Shifu accept this out of your compassion for us.
Sun. Then you.
Thank you, Shifu.
Okay, can also. Invite.
Okay, thank you, Shifu.
Yeah. So, so the Xiaopusa has been helping to collate the dana, both for all the different variables on Alaya. So then they would reach out to the variables and then arrange for the dana to be given, including myself. Yeah. So Xiu Yin is our treasurer, so she will actually collate, and then she also post into the Xiaopusa chat for me to see the remarks you all make. Yeah, so I understand some of you have expressed your thanks, and also some of you has indicated dedication. Also, she has informed me. Then I'll do my dedication during the daily practices. Okay, yeah. So 愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿得智慧真明了，
愿得智慧真明了，
普愿罪障悉消除，
不愿罪障悉消除，
世世常行菩萨道。
世世常行菩萨道。
阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may be guided and protected by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And as always,
乖乖，
have a non-attached day ahead.
Thank you, 师父。
Thank you.